Why am I getting a notification that Duke is facing South Carolina State right now? Like, I care.
South Carolina State?
Yeah.
Tell ya.
God. Hulu. All right. Now, let me share this, and then we're good. Because we are live.
Okay. Be on my best behavior then.
Of course.
I got something funny to tell you when we get off. You gotta remind me.
I will.
I just thought of it and couldn't hold it in.
Couldn't resist.
I couldn't.
All right, I'll check it out. I'll let you know. I'll remind you afterwards.
Yeah, please
All
do.
right. Let's let's get started then.
All right.
All right, you good? You can hold yourself. You can take a sip of water real quick, and then we'll get started.
Whatever you're thinking, it's world's better.
World's better.
Yes.
All right.
Once we start talking about football,
you'll be back.
sad again, so it's fine.
All right, that's fair. You need some smiling before we start.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Well, I know how you're doing, Chris.
Not doing good.
It's not been a
Not
friendly.
at-
It's
not
not
at
been a
all.
friendly week for you.
No,
Um,
I'm sad.
You wanna just start explaining? I guess. Go ahead. Take
Yeah,
the
I mean
floor.
my team sucks now, and it couldn't just lose like a normal team though. It had to turn it back into a game.
Of course, they
just
couldn't let
to-
you have happiness and hope.
No,
No.
I was very content. I left my apartment down 21-0, I think, and then I was out, and they started slowly coming back, turned into a game. Then we fumbled, like they did against the Chargers. It was
So-
like the same thing all over again.
The Heineke experience. You just like I mean.
Yeah.
I like you mentioned it the other week. I don't think it's. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know. What to
I
tell you.
haven't seen a quarterback look that bad in a while
He looked awful.
at any level
Yeah, he looked
in
really
any
bad.
game. But
Did you?
I don't know
did you
what
have
to
more
do, I
hope or
mean-
less hope when Kyle Allen was in?
neither, because at that point I was like, whatever.
Yeah, you're like.
It's like the game was already over, and they threw the 50-yard touchdown and the pick six, and I was like, okay. I'd rather see Heineke in there at the end with a chance to win the game than Kyle Allen.
Oh, he looked
Kyle Allen is just
terrible.
so bleh.
Yeah, but
There's like
but
nothing exciting about him.
the only thing exciting about Taylor Heineke is that I mean maybe he can throw a ball that won't be underthrown. I don't know. I this whole time I feel like you've given a lot of credit to Taylor Heineke where maybe I'm just not I'm not there. You're the one following the team more than I am. I just
I
don't-
mean,
never-
I was never overhyping him, I don't think.
no
I
don't
said
think
that
you
he was
were.
playing well, which he was.
Yes, and yeah, I agree.
And I was like,
but you would
admitted
rather take him
completely-
a hurt
over
Taylor
Allen?
Heineke over Allen.
Well, if he's hurt, then obviously not.
Well, he was hurt,
But-
wasn't he? That's why. or
Yeah,
did you
and
just
Allen
bench him?
stayed in.
Okay.
No,
Alright.
he got hurt.
Oh, okay.
I think he's supposed to be able to play this week.
All right, that's
But like, I admitted completely that he wasn't all that great, and that you were gonna have like bad plays and bad games with him. So it's
No,
not
no,
something
that's
that was
fair.
like out of the blue. It wasn't like what happened to Heineke. It was like, oh no, it's one of those days.
It's
And
the experience.
it was just the worst
the
possible
experience.
timing for it.
Do,
Because
are we telling the audience what else happened on this weekend with you and losing?
I wasn't prepared to address that. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a marketing opportunity. I'm sorry.
no, not yet. I'm not done yet. I got 1 week. I got a shot
Oh, you have a shot?
hanging. The tiebreaker is the toilet bowl. It's not
Okay.
the total points, so I have a
Got it.
shot this week.
Got it.
But yeah, I'm about to lose in fantasy, and if I lose, I'll have to decide whether or not I want to share the punishment and try to make some coin off of it.
It
So
depends on
that'll
how the
be
pictures look.
that I will have to make. I'm actually not like this is a pretty docile punishment compared to the truly horrendous things that we've done in the past.
Yes.
So I'm not super pressed about it.
I'm
not
surprised you
happy
think
about
it's
it.
docile. I told my dad, and he was like, "Oh my god." But also, he said that about every other one, so I'm sure they're all.
I mean, the waxing
the waxing of the armpits
was
has to be the worst.
at
one.
least twice as
Yeah,
bad as
that's
this.
bad. Are we sharing already, or are we gonna wait till? We can give the audience some suspense in case you don't lose.
Yeah, we'll share next week.
All right, we can share next week, but know that Chris's team is on the line. We'll share your team so the people at home can root for your players.
My team is so bad. I have no running backs. This team is a shell of a real. It's like basically a JV team versus Alabama.
I
That's
remember
what we're going up with this week because Ty isn't bad either.
No, that's the issue.
Somehow he's just lost this many games. I am bad, and I deserve to lose.
This is a tough week.
But it's a bad look for the brand. We'll say that.
Well, when all of a sudden, I remember looking at you when we were playing each other, and I was like, he's starting Kenyon Drake at running back.
I had
to. I was like looking at the rest of the team.
It wasn't like I forgot to set my lineup.
No.
I looked at it and I said, who can I start this week? Let me check waivers. I got nobody. I have Kenyon Drake.
Now I feel bad because I feel like every running back I've just spent the max amount of money I can and gotten him, and now I didn't know that people were hunting for him like like you.
I mean, I've got like some of the guys that I wanted. Like I picked up 3 guys last week. I got Deontay Foreman is my RB1 right now. And Ty Johnson was my RB2. So they're guys, they're NFL players.
You got players. You got players on the field.
I'm glad that Cortland Sutton just decided to stop playing halfway through the season. That really helped me out a lot. Because after my 7th guy went on IR and is done for the year, I kind of needed him to step in and play a role. But if Terry doesn't play, like I might as well just throw the game. And like, I don't know. Ty offered me $20 to sit everybody, so if Terry's out, I might as well just do that.
He offered you $20. You're gonna put.
He did. I said my dignity's worth a little bit more.
I was about to say, you think the punishment is worth $20?
Yeah, I mean.
$20.
I'm taking it.
All right. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Even if Terry's.
I'm not doing it. No, I won't do it. I won't sell my soul to the devil himself.
Definitely don't sell your soul to the devil.
But yeah, it's tough to be me right now.
That's
where
we'll get to the wise picks right now. Who were it was a decent week. Average week, literally a 500 week for us, and we'll start with the the one that just kept kicking you down, which was the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, how do you not Lamar got hurt?
How do you not cover that game?
They were up by 18 points and needed to cover 3 against.
They didn't
not
score
Lamar
a
Jackson.
single point in the second half, and Lamar didn't play at all the second half.
The Ravens have like 20 guys on injured reserve, and they couldn't hold an 18-point lead.
They are. I got it. As much as I hate saying anything nice about the Ravens, I guess this is nice. It is the official most injured team.
Yes.
There's no
they're a
hiding.
practice squad.
They are a practice squad team. Especially when they're throwing out Marquise Brown out there. I mean, practice squad player. But actually, I think when I saw the injury, I was like, Lamar's out for the season.
I didn't even see it. I just saw him getting carted off, and I just assumed that it was bad.
I thought apparently he's about to play next week. I thought it was a high ankle injury, and he's gonna be out. But he might. Apparently it's a low injury, and isn't.
I mean, a guy like him, the way he plays, they should be like super, super cautious.
Look, Lamar Jackson has a
Like
right
if
ankle
his leg
sprain.
is messed up.
Ravens plan to play him first Sunday versus the Packers. Why?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't at this point just bench him because
He'll lose
even if
anyway.
yeah, you're gonna lose, and I don't know. Look at the Ravens season. It's not like there's a lot of hope.
Yeah. And if he like injures it more, he's gonna be in
Then he'd be
serious
out for
trouble
next weekend.
for
Yeah,
like the rest of his career.
Yeah.
Even.
And the ankle's something you don't mess with, especially with a guy like Lamar Jackson who will run
Exactly.
it 50 times a game. So, I don't know. The Browns, I'm looking at the stats, they got beaten every offensive category. And Lamar Jackson didn't play.
I mean, come on now. It also didn't help that in the Ravens' process of coming back and covering this game that Mark Andrews was just annihilating me in fantasy. So that was just insult to injury.
The Browns have no excuse besides that they're just bad. Right? Like we've been saying this for weeks now. The Baker is done. He's done for. If he gets his extension, I will start playing quarterback right now. And because clearly it doesn't matter how good I am or what, he'll get the extension as long as you're a first round pick. So I'll just have to really grind out and try to get a first round pick.
Yep.
Other than
They might be a playoff team though.
I know. This NFC North is so stupid. Or AFC North, not NFC North.
It's like none of the teams are good, but also they all have winning records except for the Steelers who are 500.
Yes.
It's the weirdest division in football.
Yep. And none of them and you wouldn't pick any of their quarterbacks top 10. Top 15.
No, yeah. No,
Top 15.
definitely not.
Maybe Joe Burrow sneaks in there at like 15.
Mhm.
And I guess a healthy Lamar, but he's not even healthy anymore. So
No. And he's like sick all the time.
yeah, cuz he won't get vaccinated.
So,
Anyways, speaking of AFC North, the Bengals, that was my one loss this week. We're going out of order, but the Bengals, since we're already talking about the AFC North, they, all time, I woke up from a nap and I was like, oh, I saw that they were in overtime and I was like, oh, they might be able to do it. And then, no. Overtime is so annoying when it comes to the spreads.
I know.
It's just like, well, now I'm screwed.
Yeah. What happened with the Bills too?
Yes.
Bills were like 3.5 point dogs, I think. Took it to overtime. Lost by 6. But did you watch the Bengals game? Because they were down like 2 touchdowns.
They were down 2 touchdowns. I thought it was over. That's why I took a nap. And I woke up and I was like, holy crap, they're back. And they were back and they got the field goal.
And had the ball.
They had the ball. They got the field goal. And then they couldn't stop them.
Yeah. It was Kittle.
It was
Kittle made like probably
Kittle's all of a
4
sudden back.
plays on that drive. Yes, he is back. He looks like the best tight end to ever live right now.
He all of a sudden is the greatest tight end to ever walk the face of the earth again. And I'm all for it, to be honest.
It's more fun when he's playing well, I think.
Oh yeah, the Niners are more fun, and I think the league is more fun when Kittle's bouncing off people and stiff arming people to the ground.
Yeah. As much as I despise this Niners team.
You do hate this Niners team, but they're kind of fun.
Not really.
I like Debo.
No team with Jimmy Garoppolo is fun. If Trey Lance was playing, maybe.
Jimmy gets a bad rap.
To acknowledge that.
It's a bad
It's
rap.
not
Jimmy.
good.
He's not great. He's decent. He's serviceable. You take him. Would you not take him over Heineke?
I think Heineke's better.
You think Heineke's better than Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yes, I do.
All right, now you're losing me, Chris. You're falling too sunk into the Landover wasteland. Why are there scissors on the field, by the way? How does that even happen? Did someone on the crowd first? How did they get sneakers or scissors into the stadium? And then they just decided, let's just throw them on the field. Like, did they hope like it would hit Micah Parsons? Yeah. Or,
I don't know. I'd be all for that.
Oh, yeah.
I hate Micah Parsons. I really don't like Micah Parsons.
When he said the NFL was easy, I was like, all right, this guy's a bitch.
Yeah, I really don't like him.
And now everyone's like, not only is he the defensive player of the year, he's defensive rookie of the year, he's defensive player of the year. And I was like, all right,
disagree.
Let's settle down a little bit.
It was nice to see Trayvon Diggs get mossed. the end zone. That was pretty cool.
He's another one.
Saw
I don't
that
like
play.
Trayvon Diggs at all. Or
Well,
like
he's like actually not good.
No, he actually isn't good. He just gets his interceptions, and that's why he's
Mhm.
not good because he just plays for interceptions.
Hmm.
So,
But yeah, Micah Parsons might be my least favorite NFL player right now.
all right. I gotta take off my sweatshirt. It's dying in here. So I'll be right back. Ugh. I'm
I
back.
feel bad for the people who aren't watching this live and will listen to it and weren't able to see how aggressively you just took that sweatshirt off.
I had to get it done fast. I was like, throwing it around.
That was with a sense of urgency.
Yes, there was urgency involved with this. All right. Anyways, next up, the Texans.
They jumped out quick.
They did jump
And
out
Davis
quick.
Mills led the league in passing this week. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I figured I'd give him one more shot, especially after the thing that they said where they're like, all right, Davis, it's his team the rest of the year. I was like, maybe they'll come out and they'll like play for Davis Mills. They did for a little bit.
They did for a little bit. What boggles my mind is how do you get 331 yards and only score 13 points?
That's a great question against like the worst defense in the NFL.
Yep. That they didn't expose at all. The running backs suck.
I mean, who do you want running the ball?
What do you mean?
Burkhead,
Oh,
Rolls-Royce.
Philip Dorsett got a
Like,
carry. Like
You can only do so much to try to run the ball.
I know, but they cut Philip Lindsay, who I thought was a decent running back, and I guess he wasn't doing. I don't know. This team just sucks. Like there's not. It's not like you can't say, oh well, they have Rex. Like this team just sucks.
Yeah.
This team's
It's
just
not like,
awful.
oh, Burkhead didn't have a good game. So
Yeah,
he wins. Like,
yeah.
no, Burkhead's just not a good player, and
Yes.
neither is anybody else except for Brandon Cooks.
Poor Cooks.
I know.
We said it last week,
It
but
is
God, poor
such
Cooks.
a travesty.
This team is a travesty. They're cutting all their good players. They cut another good linebacker that now is on the Titans. There's nothing to say about this team, and for some reason, actually no, not for some reason, because of Davis, they're just not on our forgotten list. We talk about him every week, and every week we say the same goddamn thing. We mention how there's Rex Burkhead running the ball, and that Davis Mills is their quarterback. That's all. That's all we ever do.
I just got so excited about Davis that I felt like I had to pick them. I was like, Seattle's not good, and it's 9 points. I gotta roll with Davis, but
I
not
like the
again.
pick too.
Yeah,
Russ
and it looks so good early too.
This is I'm not gonna mention like the Seahawks because I mean they played the Texans, so there's nothing. I learned nothing from them.
Yeah, you look good against the worst team.
Yeah.
To ever step on an NFL field, so nice.
All right, I'm going with my next pick was the Chargers. Chargers, easy. This was the one where
Don't say easy. Don't say easy.
I know it's never easy with the Chargers, but if the Chargers, this was the type of game I expect them to. This was expected to be easy, and luckily the Chargers they did me a favor and said, "Look, we won't screw you this week. They'll screw me another week." Because they're like my kryptonite, but they will.
It was a pick where if we were doing picks live, where I would have had to step in and say, "No, you told me that you're not doing it again."
But it was Mike
And
Glennon
he did
and
it
the
again.
Giants.
I was like, "All right, we'll let him go."
It was Mike Glennon and the Giants, and it worked
I know.
exactly as I thought because Mike Glennon and the Giants are trash. The fact that Mike Glennon started. This is now the second game he started for this football team is absolutely ridiculous. They should be absolutely embarrassed by just putting him out on the field. And they should.
They have Fromm, right? Like, why not give him a shot?
I don't know. They are quite literally, an embarrassment of a football team.
Yeah, they are. Did you see the boat pick stat?
Yes.
They're like it's 5 straight losing seasons, and they might have the worst record in the NFL.
They do. They have the worst record in the NFL besides the other New York team, which is the Jets.
Yeah. Which is not someone that you even want to be in the same universe as.
Not in the same
when
breath
comparing
as
records.
the Jets.
No.
Yes. The thing is, they have 2 football teams in the state. Or I guess 3, but 2 in the city. And not one, and they're both the worst teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That's got
Every
like
year.
that is an impressively impossible stat to
I
hit.
know. Yeah, it really is. I mean, I
And I
guess
don't
you
I
have.
don't have any pity for either franchise.
Yeah. What do you have?
Actually, I have
You
some
got the
pity for the
Yankees, I
Jets.
guess.
I have some pity for the Jets. They really are trying, but the Giants just aren't even trying anymore. Like they're not trying. You can't tell me that they're
Is
trying.
Gettleman out?
He has to be, right?
Gotta be.
I would have fired the whole staff a long time ago. Everyone, clean slate. I would have done it every year. I'm telling you, when you're throwing out Mike Glennon, you might as well just wave the white flag. You're throwing out Mike Glennon twice in 2 weeks. Ugh. It makes me mad. It makes me. It's a waste.
Makes me happy.
Oh yeah, but it's. I mean, and I hate the Giants too, so I guess it does make me happy. But it's a waste. What
An
makes me
embarrassment
mad.
to the game of football.
What makes me angry is that there is 9-30, 13-33, 20-0, 21-37. All these blowouts, and you're starting Mike Glennon. Like at least try so we can have an entertaining Sunday. At least try. That's all I'm asking for the Giants.
I enjoy getting them or seeing them get pumped every week. So I would love to see Mike Glennon start the rest of the year.
He probably will. Stupid ass team.
Right.
What a terrible. Like if I was a fan of this team, I couldn't be anymore. I'd be like, we started Mike Glennon 2 games in a row. That should be it.
I'm done.
I'm done. All right. Now we're moving on from that stupid team. All right. Ooh, the nail biter last night for you. The absolute nail biter.
The Rams felt so good for so long, and then all of a sudden it was like, all right, what are we doing here? Like onside kick.
When that onside kick happened and
believe...
you texted me, I went, because I was watching too, and I was like, oh my god, I might actually do this.
I was like, if I lose this pick and finish the week 0-3 after the atrocious Sunday that I had, we're not. Like, I'm gonna quit the podcast for a little bit at least.
At least
like a hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come up, been like, all right, sorry, we're like, it's just me for right now.
Yeah, just a quick solo show.
Yeah. I'll do like 10 minutes and then leave.
But yeah, the Rams needed this game.
They definitely
Cardinals still aren't that good.
They really looked fraudulent when it mattered.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
they're also like 3-3 this year at home, which is weird. That was a stat they showed last night. They're undefeated on the road, and they're 500 at home, which makes no sense. And they're gonna be at home for the playoffs.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. The Patriots are the same way. They're 7-0 on the road.
Yeah.
Less in the home. But James Conner is getting all this hype for these touchdowns, which the touchdown run was incredible, I gotta admit. But he's getting 2.4 yards a carry, so let's like settle down a little bit.
Yeah, honestly.
AJ Green is somehow making plays. He's out of the retirement home and doing something. And what really confused me, I don't know what it was, but when I was watching, it didn't say anything. It didn't show anything. Oh, he's getting an MRI. Deandre Hopkins, the last series or last 2 series, he just wasn't on the field. I was like, what are you doing? Like this is
he went out on the second last drive. They showed him on the sideline for a second, and then it's just like, oh, he's not in the game. I felt like Kyler was limping a lot too, at least towards the end.
Probably was. They
didn't say anything about that either.
Talk about another guy who just gets his ass kicked all the time. he gets put on the dirt all the time, and he's what?
Yeah, he does.
5'7". Like, I mean, come on, that's gotta hurt. I don't know. They're in trouble if Murray's gonna be not 100%. And man, Cooper Kupp. I'm looking at his stats right now. Holy crap!
It's incredible. I don't know how he does it every week.
No, and I don't know how they're like, let's just put 5 guys on him, 6, 7.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That might have been the best game of Stafford's life, though. Maybe not from like a pure number standpoint, because he didn't hit 300 yards, but like that was the best that I've ever seen him play, I think.
Yeah, he looked great. He really did look great, and the face mask, no call.
Yes, that's what I would have been complaining about today if the pick somehow didn't win.
That was bad. Like I don't
know how they missed that.
No, I was like, look, I don't really I don't care that much, and I'm not gonna say, but that was pretty egregious. A pretty egregious.
Well,
face
and
mask.
sometimes you see something that like you think is obvious, and then when they slow it down, you're like, oh, never mind. It
No,
just
the
looked that
more
way fast. But
replays, I was
this,
like,
they showed it twice, and he got the face mask once,
yeah,
and then he like reset, and he got it again on the second effort.
yep.
I hadn't seen a missed call that bad in a while.
And the thing that with face mask is, it should be easy to see because he turned his head with it.
Exactly.
His head was sideways with the. That's what I was like. All right, that's bad because his head
Right.
is sideways, and there should be no reason why the ref shouldn't see this.
Yeah, I started getting a little worried that the game was rigged, and that I was going down again.
You're going downhill.
But luckily they hung in there. The play at the end where they didn't spike it,
Yes.
and then Kyler was just like on his own.
Yes.
Did you see the lineman on that play?
They just let
They
him walk
snapped the
by.
ball, and the left guard in the center just stood there and went, "Huh?
Yeah.
What's going on?"
It's like they didn't know they snapped it.
Yeah, I don't know. There was no excuse to not spike it there. That made no sense.
That makes me to my first unwise guy of the week, which is Cliff Kingsbury. He decides. Well, first of all, did you hear the announcer the whole last series? Oh, I'd kick the field goal right now. I'm telling you, I'd kick it right now, man. And he was saying that like 1,000 times, and he ended up being right. So good for him. But that last series,
earlier in the game, they went for it on a 4th and 1 when they were down 10.
Yeah, I know. And they were like, "Oh, I would have kicked it
there."
there."
We had Prater.
Yes.
So that made no sense. Like they would have been that drive that they ended up actually kicking the field goal on. Like they would have had a real chance to win the game.
Yeah, that would have been driving down to go.
Back.
Yes, yeah.
That made no sense to me.
They wouldn't even have to do the onside. They would just kick the field goal at that 4th and 1. No, that was dumb. It was. There's a thing with NFL coaches where they just think they're just like smarter than everyone else. So they're like, well, I'm gonna go for it on fourth down.
Well, and it's like everyone thinks that if you decide to go for it on 4th down, that like your players will love you.
No, and that you're a genius.
Like it's the Lamar and the John Harbaugh. It's like every 4th down, John Harbaugh will be like, "Do you want to go for it?" And Lamar's like, "Yes." And everyone's like, "Oh, look at them! Like they're such."
Yeah, who's gonna be like, "Nah."
He's got such big balls, and like, I don't know. It's sometimes you should just kick the field goal or punt.
Especially a divisional game.
Yeah.
Like it's a divisional game.
I mean, if they were down 14, then obviously you're going for it. If they're down 7, then maybe go for it. But
I know you're down 10. You need the field goal
and a field goal.
Yes.
Like you might as well just kick it when you have the chance. But
that was dumb. So Cliff for terribly mismanaging that game, which I feel like he does every week.
I just don't think he's that good of a coach.
No, I don't think he is either.
I really don't. Like he could win Coach of the Year this year, and I don't think he's that good.
Well, Bill Belichick should. So
I just said could. I didn't say he's going to.
All right. My next.
Hang on. My
All right, whatever.
My unwise guy of the week is also related to this game.
Oh yes.
Because we had Bleacher Report betting every week usually has some guy who's got a crazy parlay that's like on the verge of hitting. This guy put $20 down on every single spread. Maybe not every single one. I think it was. But if not, it was like a lot of them. Every single NFL spread, $20 to win like $100,000. They all hit on Sunday. So Monday night, he's got the opportunity to cash out and turn $20 into $33,000. And instead, he decides to ride the Cardinals -2.5. And I was like, buddy.
Rough.
You cannot take that risk.
No,
you gotta cash that one out.
No, I was talking about this with my dad and crypto earlier. If you see it, you just gotta take it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see the money, it doesn't like. Of course, it could grow, it could expand, or whatever, but you just gotta take it. Take it while you can, especially when it's that much.
I mean, if it was like he put like some crazy like $15,000 to win $30,000 or to win $100,000 and could cash out at 30, that's one thing.
Oh yeah,
he put $20 on it.
Yeah, you gotta take that 30.
Like that is you don't understand how lucky you are, and then you're putting $30,000 on a coin flip basically at that point. Yeah. Which I don't know, maybe that makes me a wuss, but.
No, I'm taking the money.
I'm gonna take the $30,000 10 times out of 10.
Always.
So, not a very wise. And now he's down $20 too.
Yeah.
There goes dinner for
Yeah, and there goes a McDonald's meal real quick or whatever.
7 McDonald's meals.
That's true. Yeah. If you play cards right, it could be 20. All right. Next up.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm glad you got it in there. Next up, Packers. My this was actually easy. I did text you. Well, we put it on our Instagram story, saying it's Rodgers
He owns them.
He owns them.
Yep.
It's all that matters.
Were you nervous at all at the beginning?
The beginning, I was like, all right. I mean,
Bears looked like
Bears
a
looked
real
good.
football team.
They looked actually decent, and
Yeah.
then the second half happened, and I was like, all right, well, this seems more realistic. This seems about right.
Like, yep, that
And
adds up.
it all started with the other unwise guy of the week, because I had to have two. Because this guy, I mean, he helped me. He helped me get my wise pick. Mr. Eddie Goldman doing the discount double check in front of Rodgers' face. Who would ever think that's a good idea?
On any team playing Rodgers, it's not a good idea.
And specifically,
especially when you're the Bears.
The Chicago Bears, who could never beat this guy.
He's probably won 90% of the games he's played against you. I don't know.
What a dumbass.
That was not smart.
No, and you're right. Like if it's any team, but it's the Bears, where he literally said in your home stadium last time.
I own you
I
guys.
said everyone. He looked at everyone in the crowd and went, "I own all of you."
Yep.
And he does.
And he's right.
And he's 100% correct.
I bet that like he just got too excited, and as soon as he finished the little move, he was like, "Oh no."
He's like, "Oh god.
What have I done?"
God.
And then all the wheels just came right off. But yeah, that was hard to watch because the Bears only have a couple wins a year.
They
suck.
This
was a moral victory for a while.
They suck.
Like at least we're hanging in there. Like Fields looks kind of good, and then just everything that could go wrong went wrong. And they kept getting teased too. Like they had the muff punt that they recovered, and the onside kick that they returned for a touchdown that neither of which counted.
Yes.
It was so sad. But that's who they are.
It will forever be.
The NFL is unfair. Some teams just aren't good ever. And get smoked by their rivals in front of national TV all the time. And it's not fun.
Man. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being a Bears fan, to be honest.
Putting it on Sunday night was just mean too.
That and now they have to play again on Monday. This is I never really look ahead and see what the primetime games are, but it's Vikings Bears. How many times we got to see these two goddamn teams on prime time? And
it might get a win. This Kirk on Monday night.
Yeah, this might be
a winnable game.
Yeah, this might be the first time ever. But I don't want to see these teams again.
No,
I don't care about either of them.
No.
At least the Vikings are decently exciting, but the Bears are not fun to watch whatsoever.
Fields will give you a couple cool plays a game. And you'll be like, ooh, he might be good.
And some of his cool plays are when he chucks it and the guy is not open whatsoever. he chucks it and it's like, oh, it's a pretty ball, but the guy's not open whatsoever.
I do like watching that guy Grant, though, on the Bears.
Yeah,
the little guy that
Hakeem
can
Grant.
run. He's pretty cool.
He is cool. He's got the big helmet, too.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just makes him look faster.
It does. And Allen Robinson just doesn't exist anymore.
No, you could have told me that he's been out for the year, and I would believe you.
Talk about falling off. Man's falling off
No
big
kidding.
time. Lions didn't cover. We didn't say they would, so that's not on us. Jaguars had a football game today. So did the Falcons. They actually won the football game today.
Can we talk about Urban Meyer? I feel like this actually does warrant.
Yeah, this does warrant an action. All right, that's fair. We can talk about Urban Meyer.
It's all coming crashing down in Jacksonville.
And
I love it.
I don't think it was ever crashing up. I mean, ever going up either. It just.
Oh yeah, it wasn't.
I don't understand how that guy still has a job. If the things are true.
If he makes it past Black Monday, I will be shocked.
Does this say Jacksonville Jaguars owner won't make a hasty decision? He called his staff losers. He called his staff losers.
Might be. It's like the second funniest story, only because the first funniest story was him like going to the bar
Oh,
in
yeah.
Ohio
Yes.
and leaving his team. And then...
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's beautiful because we all said like at the start we were like, Urban Meyer's not going to work in the NFL. Like the way that he coaches, it just can't translate. And
No, because these are grown. He
look
doesn't
at where
realize
we
that these
are.
are grown men.
Yeah.
During a staff
mean,
meeting,
like,
Meyer delivered a biting message that he's a winner and his assistant coaches are losers, according to several people informed of the context of the meeting, challenging each coach individually to explain when they've ever won and forcing them to defend their resumes. He hired these people!
I know. It literally sounds like when we would play Fortnite and an unspecified individual would call us out after the end of games, but we should have won. And be like, what did you do right, Chris?
Yes, I remember.
Chris, why'd you die? How'd you die? Why did you do this? Like, all right, whatever. That's what the environment is. No one can take him seriously. There's no chance.
Well, and like what I was saying earlier, these are grown men. Marvin Jones just left. He just came so angry, he
he's
just
like,
left.
dude, I am way too old for this. I have done my time in the NFL.
Marvin Jones is like, I spent years on the
say.
Lions. I don't need to deal with
Yeah,
this
right.
crap.
And the Bengals.
And the Bengals, yeah. I don't
I
need
have
to
had
deal with
enough
this crap.
of this.
It's
But,
so
yeah.
funny. It's so
And all the
funny.
college jobs have been taken up now, right? USC,
Yes.
LSU, Notre
All
Dame.
the good ones. Well, and
They're all filled.
at this point, even if you're USC or Notre Dame, who's looking at like, oh man, Urban, like, he might have, did some stupid thing. He called his coaches idiots and losers. Now, how is that warrant ever a college job too? Like, how does a college team look at that? Oh, he will.
Oh, he'll get one.
He'll get some. And, I mean, he's benching better running backs because Carlos Hyde went to Ohio State with him. And Trevor Lawrence is like saying like, hey, by the way, like,
poor Trevor Lawrence.
Can we get like James on the field? Quote from Trevor Lawrence. Bottom line is James is one of our best players, and he's got to be on the field, and we addressed it. I feel like we're in a good spot with the whole team.
That's bad when your rookie quarterback is like calling
Can
out
we
the
get
coach, basically.
Can we get the good players
like,
in, please?
can you please give me some help, Urban? Like, you are killing my career. At least put the best players on the
Sources
field.
says Myers informed assistants that he's sick of being embarrassed, and if the team didn't start winning immediately, some of them wouldn't be around a second year. Urban won't be around a second year. I can't believe it's gonna be middle of December and he's still the coach.
It is. I will say, as much as I expected it to not work, this is worse than I expected.
Oh, this is
Significantly.
way worse than I ever.
I thought that they would win like 4 or 5 games, and it would just be like, all right, like this coaching style is not working. We'll probably even stay another year, and then they'll let go of him. Okay, it'll be like Chip Kelly. This is just everything has fallen apart. They're the worst team in the NFL. And
we
you
don't
get
even talk
reports
about
like
it
this every week.
And then when we do, we have to talk about him like this.
I know. It's beautiful.
It really is.
I don't know why I hate him so much either. I'm trying to remember. I'm really rooting against him.
He's a very hateable face.
Yeah, he is. And the handshake at the end of the game was also just poetic.
with Bravel, who I think he worked for him.
Yeah, there's
Vrabel
some
worked
sort
for
of
him.
connection there. Let's see.
Urban Meyer denies Jacksonville reports. If there's a source, that source is unemployed.
I saw that. Does he he has to know that people don't take him seriously, right?
He has to, right?
I wish that he was in like New York or Philly and not Jacksonville, because he'd probably be out of a job.
Oh
by now.
yeah, he'd be out.
Because
and
the media
it would be such
just
bigger,
be tearing him apart.
Calling someone a loser, that's inaccurate. I have high expectations for our coaches. I'm very demanding on our coaches and I expect our guys to be held accountable for their positions. God, I assure you that there was not whatever report, then 3 dots, that nonsense. Oh man.
There was also they asked him why this one guy wasn't getting on the field, and he was like, "Oh, like we've been trying to."
Oh
get
yeah,
him
he
on
was
the
like,
field
yeah,
more.
he got some
played a
playing
couple
time
more
today.
snaps.
And he played 0
snaps.
snaps.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
God.
It's
This
the
is
best
terrible.
storyline in the NFL this year. In
It
my
really
opinion.
is. Shad Khan wants to do right by the team by not firing him. And that's the best part. It's like, why is Jacksonville just like letting this happen?
I don't know. Snyder was the owner. He'd be gone by now.
Yeah, honestly. Man, they need to get Doug Marrone back in there.
He did. Or
Really
anybody.
Literally anyone. All right, now we're fine. We don't have to talk about Jacksonville anymore, thank God. Falcons won a football game this week. Again, they're actually
The Falcons are like
they're
a
actually
game out of
not
the
that terrible. I
playoffs.
know they're actually not that
It doesn't
terrible.
but when you look at who they've beaten, it's like it makes perfect sense. They're
Oh,
the
yeah.
team, and there's a team every year that does this,
They
where
beat all the
they
bad teams.
beat the teams that are atrocious, and they play a lot of them,
Yes.
and they lose to any team worth a damn.
Yep.
They've beaten this year. They have beaten the Giants, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Panthers, and the Jaguars.
Panthers twice now
So
because they have 6.
did I miss one? No, they actually lost to the Panthers the first time. Who else did they beat? Oh, they beat the Saints.
Oh, okay.
So that's like their
But that's
one
a divisional game though. Divisional game doesn't even count.
okay win. Yeah, and they almost blew that game. And it was Trevor Siemian.
The Panthers they're a poverty franchise.
They're making us look very bad. Can we disown them
I think we
at least for
can.
the rest of the season?
We can for this season.
We'll give them another chance in the offseason
Well,
if they can get back to the blueprint.
yeah, if they do the right thing. We don't have to, yeah, we claimed them for the blueprint and they followed the blueprint and then they completely blew up the blueprint.
Yeah.
And now it's like they're starting this hybrid Cam Newton, Philly Walker, like PJ Phillip. And Phillip threw me off.
Really?
I was like, what's his? I was like, well, the Phillip on Google threw me off. I was like, I know his thing.
Oh, that's his name. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I was like, what's going on here?
Both of them threw on back-to-back red zone appearances. They've had both thrown atrocious interceptions.
Newton
were, like,
sucks.
Directed to nobody.
Newton's
And the Newton one was a
god-awful.
pick six. I don't know how he had 178 yards in this game.
That might be the most he had
That's
in
Pretty
like
shocking.
2 years.
Since the Seahawks game.
Since the Seahawks game, yeah, probably. I don't know. They suck. The Panthers really suck.
Yeah. I can't wait for Cam Newton this offseason to be complaining about why he doesn't have a job again. And people to be like, oh, someone's got to give him a chance.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't wait for
no.
someone to come out and like sit down with LeBron James and like, his thing and be like, "Man, there just ain't 32 people better than Cam Newton." Again, they're just gonna say it again, and they're just gonna keep saying it. They'll be like, "Man, he just ain't healthy. He ain't getting the shots." It's like, well.
He's the worst starting quarterback in the league right now, I think. I'd rather have Davis.
I think I'd rather have Davis too, because at least Davis can throw past 5 yards.
He can. It's a pick every time if he does.
That's true. The best part about Cam though is that everything's a celebration. Besides him winning, you know he's lost 11 Panthers games in a row. It might be at 12 now.
Gosh, that's not good.
With 2 different stints on the
Wait, what
team.
about he won the Cardinals game? I know he didn't start, but
No, that doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't count.
Scored 2 touchdowns.
No, as the starter, he's
Okay.
lost 11 in a row. It's
Not very good.
Pretty bad. Maybe 12. I think it's now up to 12 because of this one. All right. What else? Oh, the Saints Jets played. The Mormon quarterbacks came against each other. Dak Wilson also sucks.
19 for 42 is not very good.
Also, so does the rest of the Jets. I'm just like looking at the rest of the he's thrown to who the hell is DJ
Braxton
Montgomery?
Berrios.
Braxton Berrios.
That's is he their
He's
their top guy?
I guess. Oh man, Keelan Cole, Jamison Crowder's not even getting catches anymore. Denzel Mims hasn't done a single thing for this team.
I mean, look at their running game.
Oh, I know. It literally it doesn't make any sense. Ugh, the stats hurt my eyes.
Yeah, it's tough to look at. I don't know how they have won 3 games this season.
Yeah, that's way too many.
I guess one of them is against the Texans.
Yes, one of them is against the Texans.
They had a fluke against the Bengals.
And the Titans. A fluke against the Titans too.
And the fluke against the Titans. That's right. What?
That doesn't make any sense. Well, to be fair, the Titans had no wide
Sense.
receivers that game, but they still had Derrick Henry, so weird.
Yeah, and they're like a competent team
I don't understand.
that has like actual NFL players starting.
Wasn't one of them was Mike White, wasn't it though? Mike White's a different breed.
Yeah.
No, Bengals, right? Mike White. I
Mike
don't remember.
White was the Bengals game, I think.
Yes, I thought so too. All right. What else we got? The Chiefs and Raiders played a football game. The Chiefs played a football game, and the Raiders sat there and watched them play.
I don't know what the Raiders went and stomped on their logo before the game, and then decided that was.
And then
that
they're
was
like, "All right,
enough
that's
of a win."
enough. Yeah, that's good.
That'll show them.
That'll show them. You can't hold a meeting on the field, and then
Can't
proceed to
happen.
score 9 points against them.
Can't happen.
The
What were they
Chiefs-
down? Like 5 touchdowns at halftime?
They were down. Yes.
And
they
it
were
started
down-
immediately too.
They were
The
down
Chief-
5.
like
at
I had
halftime.
the Skins game on. I didn't have Red Zone on. And the first time the bottom line popped up, the Chiefs were already up 7-0.
Josh
Like
Gordon.
I don't think the Cowboys had run a play yet, and the Chiefs were already winning by a touchdown.
They were so good that Josh Gordon got a touchdown.
Yeah, I know.
That's
They're like,
how
all
good
right, this is the time. We've been waiting for this.
I've been waiting for it, to be honest. I've been waiting next primetime game. I thought they were gonna do
Yeah,
it.
it's a good moment.
But I love Josh Gordon. You can't. He's someone I'll never be able to hit. He'll get as many opportunities as he possibly can because he's like 6'7" and lightning quick. But
Hmm.
feel bad for him. But
Yeah,
he got a tutty, so good for him. The Chiefs are scary though.
yeah, they
scared
look
of
like
the
the best team in the NFL again,
I'm scared of the Chiefs.
and they have like a top 5 defense now apparently.
Yeah, all of a sudden their defense is good, and I hate Trayvon Matthews. The Honey
Who?
Badger, Tryon
Oh.
Matthews,
Byron.
Tryon, whatever, Matthews,
Tyron.
whatever. The
Byron
Honey
Matthews.
Badger, he's annoying, and I hate him, and he's now all of a sudden good again. So that's a shame. All right,
I have no issue with him.
I find him annoying. All right, last game is the Bills-Bucks. Bills-Bucks. At the beginning, again,
Possibly the game of the week.
yeah, I didn't think the Bills had even a chance to come back. So
Hmm.
did they not realize that maybe not running the football is not a good thing?
And it hurts them a little bit.
Maybe weak.
But
their
you
whole
can't.
game plan.
They can't do it though.
I
It's like
know.
telling Lamar to throw. Like they literally can't do it.
But at least they tell Lamar to throw and he tries. He gets attempts out there. The first half they didn't do it at all.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's also the Bucks, and they have like the best run defense in the NFL.
Yeah, but look, at
You
some
can
point
like
you gotta-
establish the run, but the Bucks are just like, okay, well, we'll just stop you. We'll just give up 1 yard every single time, and eventually.
I don't
you
even
guys
think
will
it's
stop.
about-
You might as well just cut out the middleman.
I don't even think it's about stopping the run at this point. They just, when you know it's not going to be a run ever, it's probably pretty goddamn easy to play defense.
That's true.
When there's no threat of a run ever, it's going to be pretty
Right,
easy
unless
to play
it's like a
defense.
Josh
Unless it's
Allen
Josh
scramble.
Allen, where you can just put a spy and contain on or whatever.
Yeah. If they had an immobile quarterback, they would be scoring 10 points a game.
They'd be one of the worst teams in the league. And I stand by, because they would be awful if they didn't have Josh Allen. Absolutely terrible. And they might be awful with him, so I don't know. I'm excited for the next Bills Patriots, because when it won't be thunderstorming, or not thunderstorming, hurricaning in the stadium. But
Confident?
I don't know. I want to see how I'll take them 1 week at a time. They're underdogs to the Colts right now, so we'll take that 1
That's
week at a
true.
time. And well, I guess we'll just talk about it a little for a second. I need him. I need him to be underdogs. I need someone to put some water on myself. I need to calm down a little bit, cause
Water on your flames. Is
Yeah.
that what-
yeah, I need to suppress myself a little bit, cause there's a lot of talk, a lot of 2001 comparisons,
Uh-huh.
and I need it to stop. I need to just enjoy the team. I can't expect things anymore. I need to just enjoy the
It's
team.
fair.
So, I'm done with all the Super Bowl talk. do think we're the best team besides the Chiefs in the AFC. In the AFC,
Okay.
but
I would actually agree with that.
yeah, but
Point.
I do think like if it's if it comes down to the Chiefs in a playoff game, I feel like they beat us. So that's how I'm gonna.
Okay.
Hit. All right.
I kind of love the Colts this week,
I don't.
but I don't want to. It's if the Pats were favored in the game, I would take the Pats. That's the thing that makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you talking about here?
Like it's all the line, like the Browns Ravens this week.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I like the Browns is because they were favored. Like I thought that the Ravens were better, but it almost worked out.
Well,
But like, why should the Colts be laying points?
I think it's because
Unless it's a double trap.
a double. They're just trying to get you. I
They
think the
just don't
Colts are
respect
laying
Mac
points
Jones
just
yet.
because of the Jonathan Taylor aspect. He's just become. He's literally become a machine.
Yeah, but like, they're not that good.
I also think that. So I don't know. I'm glad they're not favored though. Let's put it all over the locker room.
78% of the money is on the Colts right now.
Really
Yes.
good. Post that in the
59% of the bets are on the Patriots. So that means the big dogs are betting heavy on the Colts.
Good. Put that on the. I'm telling you, put it on the
No,
locker
that's
room.
actually not good.
Nah, put it on the locker
That would
room.
be the incorrect interpretation.
Nah, I'm
That's the
saying motivation. Put it in the locker room. We want to put it up. All these guys are voting against us. All of it. All the experts putting it against us. So that's what we want. That's exactly what we
I'm
want.
just saying the lines are pretty good.
The lines
And
are.
when I woke up on Sunday and I saw that the Cowboys line had moved from 4.5 to 6.5, I almost shed a tear because I was like, "That's the game."
I knew it was over. Vegas
I
always
did.
knows, so.
My confidence went from like I was like 40% confident, and it went down to 20% because of that little movement. I was like,
That's it?
We're screwed.
Oh yeah, you actually told
What?
me that. Yeah, that was it. That was the line. The line was your confidence.
And there it was, 7 points they won by.
All right.
So
Is there any other football games? Oh, we could talk
them all.
about next Thursday. Chiefs Chargers. That's gonna be a blast. I'm actually excited for a Thursday night for like the first
yeah,
time
honestly,
in weeks.
Vikings Steelers was pretty electric.
It turned out being pretty electric. I gotta admit. We didn't get to talk about it on the pod, but the biggest bonehead mistake in recent memories by Chase Claypool. Which I don't know. Like if he's on the Patriots, he's not on the team anymore.
No,
If he's on or at least he'll just never play the rest of the year. But I'm sure he will, and I'm sure he'll cause havoc later.
Yep.
God, why do
And
they?
then make
How
a
can they
TikTok
just?
about it?
Yeah, how can they just keep drafting unlikable players?
I don't know. It must be something in the water.
Something in the Pittsburgh water.
It's gotta be
making them lunatic.
something in the steel.
Something in the steel. Yeah. All right. It's time to talk. Time to talk about some college football for a second, Chris, because the Gamecocks are here and the Shane train is rolling. If you don't follow me on Twitter and haven't seen my 8 million tweets about it, Spencer Rattler is now officially the first 5-star quarterback in our school's history, or my school's history. Very excited.
Are you worried that like he wasn't good last year?
Well, I mean, yeah.
And now
that's
he's
always
playing SEC defenses.
Yeah, that always comes into effect. And look, the talent was there to make him a 5-star, to make him whatever, a Heisman favorite. The talent was there, so you gotta just trust that the talent can come back.
But like, what about the fact that Lincoln Riley has produced 2 Heisman quarterbacks and couldn't do it with Spencer Rattler? Like, does that reflect bad on him or?
Look, I'm not saying he was gonna win the Heisman. I'm just excited. I don't think because you look at the highlights from 2 years ago or 1 year ago now. Well, yeah, a year ago. And he looks great. He looks great in a lot of games. And this year he looked crap. I think it happens. The pressure might have been too much for him. So come down to Columbia. Not too much pressure. We just, Expect greatness. That's all we need.
I would not say that there's not too much pressure. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess compared to last year, yeah, probably.
Yes.
But
The one thing that I was like, all right, let's settle down a little bit. I do admit, like we got it. What I'm excited about is that we have a competent QB to some degree. I'm not expecting a Heisman out of him or any sort of championship, I'm just like the improvement of up, and the fact that my school could get a 5-star quarterback in the coach's first official year now. Year 0's over.
Yeah, year one.
Year 1. It makes me excited about what he can do in, year 2, year 3, everything. So whether it's an actual Heisman or an actual expectations, whatever the actual expectations are, for me, I'm just excited that we're building. We're getting stuff
That's
going.
Fair.
We got a linebacker that was gonna go to your school, flipped over, took the wiser choice, went down south. Thank you. So when you wake up on a Sunday or on a Monday yesterday with 2 4-star linebackers, a 5-star quarterback, and a 4-star tight end, you're pretty damn excited for the football season next year. So yeah, that's pretty much.
I mean, I was the same way when Talia decided to transfer. I was like, oh, look at that, we actually have a quarterback, and they've had a couple good recruiting classes, even though like all the top guys are now transferring. But yeah, I had like the same excitement. It's better in the off season than it is during the regular season.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. And then like when what's his name comes out there when Spencer Rattler comes out there and probably throws like 5 picks, I'm gonna be booing him. So I'm not like it's not like he has the job to lose, but I think it's not like he could own the city though, which is nice. He can own it if he plays well. And I gotta say, dude, he's such a weird looking dude.
Yeah, he's tough to look at.
He's really, really weird looking. But apparently he's plus 700 odds to win the Heisman already. So I don't like that.
Who has the best odds?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it right now. Yeah, early lines. Because I only saw that from like a Gamecock. Yeah, 700, plus 700. This is before he was even the quarterback of the Gamecocks. He was plus 700 to win. Bryce Young is also, he's plus 200.
Top contenders.
The Idaho State kid is plus 400.
Yeah.
JT Daniels. I thought he got benched
Boston
this year,
College quarterback. Yeah, no way.
But it's I'm excited. So I don't know. This college football season, off season, is actually one of the most exciting things that I've seen in a while. Because like Bo Picks, the Auburns can completely shut down, which I'm happy about.
Bo Picks.
Bo Picks is getting.
Is that what you call him?
Yeah, Bo Picks is going somewhere else. So I'm excited to see where he goes. And did you see that? I think it was Master Teague might be on the move too. He's the guy from Auburn too. I don't know. He just has the best name in sports.
I thought Master Teague was Ohio State. He transferred to Auburn.
Did he? Whatever the running back. Oh, Tank Williams. That's his name. Tank Williams. Oh, Tank Bigsby. My bad. I'm getting all confused. But I think he might be. Makes quick decision after transfer. Oh, where did he go? Sorry. Now I'm interested in Tank.
Sean Shivers. They have the best names on this team, and they're all transferring.
And they're all Bo Picks, Sean Shivers, and Tank Bigsby are all going to. Did it say they're all going to Indiana? That'd be kind of weird to go from Auburn to Indiana.
I think just the linebacker is.
Okay, well.
Oh, he's remaining at Auburn. Tank is remaining at Auburn.
Okay, that's a shame. Tank needs to go somewhere else. Auburn sucks. All right. Yeah. So not a ton of. Not a lot of Gamecock comment up here, but I'm glad that we're back. And the Shane train, I'm all for it, so perfect. All right.
Happy for you.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Anything else? Curry is now the official.
Shout out to Curry.
Yeah, shout out to Curry. Most threes of all time.
3 more games than he said it would, but still
Why?
cool.
Did he say he'd get it like a week ago?
He said he was going to break it when he needed 16 threes. He said he was going to try to break it that night.
That night?
And he shot like 4 of 14 from 3.
Oh yeah, that's
Like that against the Blazers
I remember that.
last weekend.
Yeah, that's funny. They're playing the Knicks right now and they're tied, but Curry has actually
Bing bong parlay.
Bing bong parlay.
It's back tonight, yeah. Where
What
all
is-
the New York teams are in action.
Oh, okay.
What are we doing? Nets are up 5. Knicks up 2.
Knicks
To the
are-
Rangers.
Knicks are in trouble.
The Rangers aren't on yet.
I think the Knicks
And
are in
the
trouble.
Islanders are down 1. No, the Islanders are going to screw it up.
It's a shame. The Bing bong parlay. I didn't know that was a
Bing
thing.
bong parlay? Yeah.
Pretty funny. Clay is
It
gonna be
hit
back
last
soon.
week.
Clay will be back soon.
I saw that.
He
That's
might
a problem.
He might be playing the game before Christmas. That would be sick. That would be so exciting.
Yeah.
And then if we get to see him on Christmas Day, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I really would.
Who are they playing Christmas Day?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm excited for. I'm always excited for Christmas Day basketball. So, because that's when the season starts. You know.
Mhm.
Oh, they play the Suns. That'd be a good game. Hawks.
Haven't they already played the Suns twice, too?
Yeah. Hawks, Knicks, Celtics, Bucks, Warriors, Suns, Nets, Lakers. Then why we got to end the night with Mavericks and Jazz? Lame. Luka.
Yeah, it's bedtime anyway by that point.
You got a good point. All right. I think that does it, right? We're not missing anything?
I think we're good.
Sweet. All right. We will be here Friday. I'm going to guarantee it. Guarantee a Friday pod.
Okay.
Unless
Thanks for checking with me first.
Sorry. I know. I was just
No,
about to say, you
I
have
have
any
no
finals
class,
over? All
so
right, perfect,
we will be
perfect.
set. We will be good to go.
Perfect. All right.